What is cracking, Jump Nation family? It's your boy here, Rushi S, aka the Jump Rope Coach. It's Friday night here in the UK, just finished work. It's been a long day, but I wanted to get this video out there. I wanted to show some love to my Indian family. I've been getting so many questions from you guys, and two in particular I want to answer in today's video. And even if you're not from India, I mean, this is not purely for Indians out there, but I'm trying to address questions that are very typical to Indian communities, Asian communities as well in general. So if you're with me and you're not even from India, big up, and hopefully this video can be of massive value if you're watching behind this camera. Right, so before we get into the main topic of tonight's video, I need to address the major issue, the big elephant in the room, that is basically Amazon India. All my Indian family out there are always asking me, why am I not selling on Amazon India? Where are my ropes in India? And I totally get it, guys. It's super frustrating for me as well. I'm now supplying in Amazon US, Amazon Canada, basically throughout Europe. Amazon India has become a slight issue for me. What I need to basically do, which I think is going to be the better option, is I'm going to come to India and I'm basically going to set up Rush Athletics in India. What this basically means is that we could do a killer meetup, hopefully around November, December time. I'm going to set up the whole base, the whole operation in India, in Mumbai, and make sure that you guys can get the best speed rope in the world and the best heavy rope. Right, glad we have got that out the way. Hopefully you guys feel a little bit better. Now we're gonna get on to the real topic of this video. Right, so I'm gonna keep it as raw as possible. I don't like having scripts. I don't have any scripts ever in any of my videos. And it's just gonna be a one-to-one type of chat like I always do. And again, it doesn't just relate to my Indian family out there. The only reason I bring it up is because most of the time, these questions, or this question, I always get from kind of someone from an Indian background or someone similar to myself. Pakistani background, just any kind of Asian background in general. And it's this, guys, this is the question that I always get asked is, Rush, you're an Indian, what did your parents feel about you trying to create Rush Athletics or create this social media brand, and then eventually now you're leaving your job? How did you handle all of that? How did you manage to do that whilst working and also kind of fulfilling kind of your parents' dreams of what you are meant to be? Kind of get that kind of question. It's quite long-winded, but basically I get it in so many different forms. That's the best way I can put it. But if you're Indian and you're watching this, you kind of know what I'm getting at, right? I hope so. Listen, guys, if you're watching this and you're someone who is not completely happy with what you are doing on your day-to-day basis, you're being pushed into something you don't want to do, whether it be some sort of degree or some sort of studies, whether it be a job that you don't enjoy, and you have some other kind of talent or hobby or passion, which I always talk about on this channel. I hope this video is of value for you, because I'm going to take you through my steps, my journey, and my experience of handling with this type of situation. Starting from the beginning without rambling on, we go through life, the normal kind of steps as a young boy growing up. You know, the main thing on my mind is obviously I need to get good grades to make sure my dad doesn't give me you know that one. The thing is, I was getting those good grades for my parents. I was getting them to make sure that they could speak between family members and other kind of cousins and other friends and say, oh, look at my son, he's doing so well. I was never doing it for myself. As a young kid though, all I literally wanted to do was play football. That was my dream. That was my ultimate passion. Every single day after work, I'm thinking work times, after school, all I would care about is coming home, ringing my mates up. I didn't have a phone. What am I talking about? All I wanted to do was knock on my mates' doors, go around, find the park, and just go kick a football. That was my real passion. My skills were a lot better than a lot of people my age. I was a lot taller. I had a lot more ability than a lot of people. And a lot of my friends, a lot of kind of close people that I knew who saw me playing football always used to say to me that I should go for trials, I should go push this thing further. Now, having an Indian dad, you know what it's like. All I kept on hearing was, no, it's not going to work. You should be concentrating on your studies. You should be probably trying to go for professional cricket. That's all I kept on getting, but that's not what I enjoyed. As I got older, all I started to think about was, this is never going to happen. This dream or this kind of idea that I could become the first real Indian footballer in the Premier League, that was pretty much dying out now at this point. And I started to realize I need to get really cool, good GCSEs to make sure I can then get into college and then get a really good degree, all that kind of stuff. That started going through my head at the age of 15. Right, so I'm at university now, and a lot of you guys are going to find yourself in the same situation. You're now at university, you're doing a degree because you know that on the other side of that degree, you're going to get a killer job, you're going to get some serious money, or you're going to basically set yourself up and be cool for life. Right, so I've got my job as an economist. That was my first job. Then I later moved on into accounting, where I'm at now. And I've been doing this for about 10 years now, since I finished university. Being an Indian and having that kind of culture, that kind of society pressure, that pressure from your parents to always make sure that you get the best grades, you have a really good job, you're set up for life, you then find the ideal wife and all that kind of stuff, get a nice house and everyone can talk about it. Like, I didn't think about that and I didn't want that. All I ever cared about every single day in, day out for the last 10 years is how can I make an impact on this world? How can I utilize my skills? How can I just basically get the most out of myself, reach my potential, reach my goals, and fulfill these ambitions that were basically burning up inside me. There's gonna be so many of you out there, like my supporters, my followers. You guys are like my family now. I'm not saying go quit your job tomorrow. This video is nothing about that. This video is about the fact that if you learn how to grind on the side of your day job, so you're working or you're studying, if you learn to kind of evolve that passion, if you can really go into that passion, that hobby, whatever it is that you want to try and do, start it up as that kind of side hustle that everyone kind of talks about. That was the first step for me. It's about how can I get this off the ground. My idea was to change the world of cardio, was to make people enjoy cardio, to get a rope in every single person's hand and to show them how to use it, make them look slick, help them fly like a boss. Everything that I always preach on this channel, I had this in my head that I'm gonna do it whilst I'm still working. I was never gonna quit that day job straight away. So that's not what I'm saying. The point is that if you guys are working, make that time for that passion or that hobby. Stop using your job as an excuse. Stop using your father as that excuse. Oh, my dad's gonna complain or my dad's not gonna like it. Do it at the same time as your job. But there's always time in the day. There's so much more time in the day. When you come back from work, there is time to switch on your computer, do your research, to source products, to get samples, to learn how to edit. Whatever it is, there's always time in the day to basically improve yourself. Family pressure is always going to be there as an Indian, or if that's your culture, like that's just, it's always going to be like that. We're just, I don't know, we're just wired to try and get the best, I guess, out of our kids. I can imagine if I had a kid tomorrow, I want to make sure that he's going to be the best and he's super smart. I guess everyone wants that for their children. But what you guys need to really understand is, why are you on this earth? Do you have something to give back to people? I don't think everyone out there is meant or has a purpose to do something incredibly massive, but I think everyone out there does have a talent and everyone is kind of capable of doing a lot more than they do on a day-to-day basis. 3 years ago when I started this brand, I never thought that I could work 20-hour days. It was just unheard of. I just thought to myself, no, I like to chill, I like to do this and I like to do that. In the last 365 days alone, I've probably averaged about 4.5 hours sleep every single day. I've pushed myself to my absolute limits, and luckily for me now, I'm in a position where I can leave my full-time job and actually really push this and basically just spend 100% of my time again now on this business and take it just way further, way beyond my wildest dreams. My simple advice to you, for those of you watching right behind this camera right now, if you're Indian, if you're not Indian, is not to go against your family, not to be a rebel, but to basically know your worth, bring value to the world. You guys, you all have talents out there, you all have skill sets. It's whether or not you guys are ready to push, it's whether or not you guys are ready to stand out from the crowd. If you're willing to grind hard on your day job to make sure that your career is set and it's secure, but at the same time you're not going to let this skill, this kind of craft that you have, you're not going to let it slip out your hands, you're not going to lose it. Don't be that person, guys. I mean, I don't want to be a 60-70-year-old man living and filled and poisoned with regret, and I'm sure you guys won't as well. Every single day, that's all I ever think about is, when I'm super old, how am I going to feel? How am I going to look back on my life? Did I do what I needed to do? Is there someone going to talk about what I did? Am I going to make someone proud? And it's all about building that legacy. So, I mean, to round off the question, guys, you're always asking me, how do I do it? How did I make the time? It's just pure hard work. It's just sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. When I first told my old man, aka Dad, about this venture, like we're talking 3 years ago now, nearly 3.5 years ago, it was pretty much laughed off. Like, it was laughed off the table. Nothing was ever taken seriously. But the more I got involved and the more now the business is now taking off, even now when I speak to him about the fact that I may quit my job, or I may make this full time, it was still laughed off the table. Like, no, like, what are you doing? Like, it's the most silliest thing. You could do this. You could do this on the side. I even said to him, mate, I'm not sleeping. I'm basically working like 22 hours a day, it feels like. And even then he was like, no, you can still basically do it. You don't need to quit your full-time job. The thing is this, like, every Indian person out there, it's like we need that security. Like, we can't function without a full-time job. We can't actually work for ourselves. But the irony is the fact that my dad is actually an entrepreneur. He works for himself. He's created businesses. So he's telling me to basically just stay secure, keep this job. It's a really good job. And yeah, I'll be set for life. I've got pension and all that kind of stuff. Yet me, on the other hand, I'm looking up to him and thinking, look what he's done. I surely should be able to do the same. And I think I'm brave enough and I've got the courage to go alone and actually build this empire myself as well. So how are you going to feel when you become that older man looking after your parents? That feeling of kind of resentment, especially if they're the ones that have crushed your idea, crushed your dreams, or made you go into something that you don't like. With my parents now, they've seen me graft, they've seen me grind, they see me come home from work, they see me work just enormous amount of hours a week, and they know that I'm in this for the long run. They know that I'm gonna be safe. They know that I've got the hunger, the desire, and I've got the passion and will to make this work. So you need to prove that to your family. You need to prove that to everyone around you, that you're not messing around, that you are super serious. Second point, work on your craft. Keep working on your craft. Do your day-to-day job. If you love it, if you don't love it, keep working. That's what's gonna save your money. That's gonna be your investor. But do this, you need to work on your craft, master it. The third step, the simple step you need to now do is just share it with the world. Share it with the world in any kind of format. YouTube, Instagram, social media. Learn how to edit. Share it with the world and then become legendary. That is all you need to do. That is the model, guys. That's everything that I've done. So without further ado, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. You got some value out of it. Please give me a big thumbs up if you found it useful. Comment down below as well. I want to keep this discussion going. I'm going to be online for the next couple of hours, especially if you just watched this video. If you're in this position, if you're in this situation, I want to hear from you. If you agree with me, again, give me a shout down below. If you don't agree with me, comment down below. Whatever it is, let's start this discussion. I want to make sure my Indian crew are pushing, they're inspiring, they're motivating. We've got so much incredible talent out there in the world, and I want to see more of us just building and just pushing each other to become even better. Let me know down below if you're with me on that, and I'm going to close it out there. So without further ado, take care of yourself, skip the treadmill, stay safe, peace. I'm flossing, mama. That's nice.